Well, while the UK works to extricate itself from the European Union, there are, of course, still countries trying very hard to join the bloc. Among them is Serbia, which officially became a candidate for membership in 2012. Serbia is already a close trading partner with the EU, which accounts for 2/3 of the country's trade. In 2014, that included €7.2 billion in exports to the Union and €9.8 billion in imports. And the Balkan country relies heavily on European Union funds, having received upwards of €3 billion since 2000. Well, Vladimir Krulj is the chairman of Komercijalne banke, one of Serbia's largest lenders. He's also an economic advisor to Serbia's Minister of EU integration. So why does Serbia want to join the EU when Britain's just voted to leave and lots of other countries? There's growing discontent towards the EU there as well.
You just mentioned one of the important reasons. International trade of Serbia accounts for two-thirds of international trade accounts with EU countries. On the other hand, it's important to say that 75% of all investment coming to Serbia since 2001 are coming from the European Union countries. And very important points also that European market is the bigger market for Serbian goods and products. So that seems very obvious reasons that Prime Minister Vučić and his government is having clear European path because this is a clear, foreseeable future for the Serbian citizens.
But does that mean that you see this as a straightforward trading relationship? Because that's what a lot of people in Britain thought they'd got, and we ended up signing up to all sorts of other things.
I would see as a natural progress of the economic reforms, the fiscal consolidations that gave great results. I would just like to mention that Mr. Vučić's government now is doing a great job on the economic side. According to the World Bank doing list, Serbia now is ranked 47 out of 189 countries. It's important to say that the growth rate as well, it's stabilized now roughly around the level of 3% and is predicted to be between 3.5 to 4.5% within next years. Then it's important to say that the majority of those stuff is also achieved because of the pro-European path. I would like also to mention important stuff that Serbia fiscal deficit is around Maastricht criteria, which is not attained by many different European countries.
No.
And well,
including the UK, actually, even though we're not in the Eurozone, of course.
Well, Serbia is trying to do its best, and it clearly showed that economic path mentioned and clearly stated by Prime Minister Vučić is the path for Serbia.
But isn't that a problem? As you say, you have to meet the Maastricht convergence criteria. Hasn't that meant an awful lot of pain for the Serbian economy? You can't run deficits above a certain level. You've had to make all sorts of painful public service rewards. Is the pain going to be worth the gain?
We'll look from different perspectives. We'll look from the perspective of investors. You have to embrace European values. You have to embrace all those rule of laws coming from the European side, and you have to act responsibly. This is what this government is doing. And this is how we managed to attract only this year 2 billion of the foreign direct investment, and we aim at about the same figure next year. European partners are playing a major role in that.
What about the relationship with Croatia? Because Croatia, you know, a foe of Serbia during the civil war 20 years ago. How does Croatia feel about you joining at the moment?
Well, I think there is no doubt that economic stability and pragmatism is something that Serbian government is taking care of. I would say also that it's just benefit to the whole region that we have stable, good relationship. And this is what Serbia is trying to do. I mean, Croatian position in this is their own position, but I would say that basically Serbia is trying to get much, and Prime Minister Vučić get the much of this pragmatism and making economic benefits to the region, because economic benefit to the region means economic benefit for Serbia.
But isn't it the case that a lot of ordinary Serbian people regard Russia as a more reliable ally to the country than they do the EU?
I would say that the people in Serbia is looking for their own benefit. And they could see after 3 years of economic reforms, when they're undertaken, it was not popular political movement. Now they feel the result. And this is the reason why they believe to these governments and to the pro-European path.
All right, Vladimir Krulj, we've got to leave it there. Thanks very much for joining me.
Thank you.